Hello guys, good afternoon, it's me Thales. Well, before we begin, I just want to talk very quickly about something that was bothering me yesterday. I received an offensive message of someone uh, making fun of me and saying, you're blah, your videos, blah blah blah, saying bad things about it. You know, if you don't like the videos, just don't watch it. I believe I can help some people. I'm helping many people, and I will continue doing it regardless of messages that I may get. Because as I have explained in my introductory video, I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I like the language. I believe, and the tests I have taken, such as TOEFL, have already empowered me with confidence enough to teach people English. I know English good enough to teach people or to share experiences with someone when I traveled abroad, to take some courses. People, I had no problem to speak to people, none at all. I could communicate. I listened to what they said. I understand very well what they say. I can read, speak, and write in English with confidence. So if you don't like, there are many other channels available, right? But don't make offensive messages, and mainly people who make offensive messages or bad comments, and they don't even show their faces to express what they want. So it's a point, it's something you have to keep in mind in everything you do. If you do something to help free of charge, many people are charging. I'm not charging anyone. I'm not doing this in a commercial way. It's just for fun, to spend some free time. I spend my free time playing video games, reading books, recording videos. It's how I spend my time, and this is doing it's doing a great deal of to me. It's very important to me to record these videos, and I will continue despite some of the comments that say something instead. I don't care, I don't mind, and I will continue doing what I do, okay? So, what are we going to talk today? We will continue seeing the combinations adjective. We also saw the combinations noun plus pronouns. And I explained that these combinations are very important to understand. You don't have to memorize a structure. It's just another example, other possibilities of you to make right sentences for the right situations. Let's get going. Oh my God, it's scorching hot. It's scorching hot in here. Yes, the temperatures are very high around here, and yes, I have a ventilation fan close to me so that I can tolerate the weather. Okay, let's see another structure that is very interesting. He's the first guy to ask me that. He's the first guy to ask me that. So you can say preposition, you can use preposition to after expressions involving numbers, right? Or order of things. For example, first is this, right? Second, third, fourth, and so on. We won't focus on numbers, but I just want to explain what the first means. And you can use the first to ask. You can say the first guy to ask or the first to ask. It's not necessary to put the noun between the number and the verb. But when you include the noun, it means that you want to specify to give a more complete meaning to your message. Okay? The next plane to arrive, or the next plane to, yes, the next plane to arrive is ours. We were waiting for a plane, right? We are at the airport. There was some delay in our flights, but then hopefully the next one will be ours. The next one, you see, you can replace the noun with this. This is a pronoun, replacing the next one. So the person who listens to this already knows what it's talking about, what you are talking about. So you have the next plus the noun plus the verb. So expressions such as this can be used. They are very common. Let's see. He was the last person to get here. He was the last person. He was the last person. I will put this between parentheses because you can omit that. He was the last to get here. You can express this idea that way, and it's also correct, okay? I am the only one to pass the exam, for example. The only person, the only one to pass the exam. So we have seen some expressions. They are very interesting to use. The first, the next, the last, the only, and they all have the same sequence. The only, or the last, or the next, or the first, plus a noun, plus a verb. And in all cases, you can omit the noun and only say only plus verb, okay? Of course, if you are if you are talking to someone and you haven't mentioned anything yet, it's important to mention which noun you are referring to before replacing or omitting it in your sentences, okay? Let's see here. She was the second to like this video. She was the second person to like this video, right? Or she was the second one to answer my message. The complement, it doesn't matter the object, okay? You can use whichever you want. The important thing is that you understand you can use such expressions followed by verbs, and you can use a noun here, but it's optional. It depends on the message you want to deliver, okay? Let's see, last but not least, let's see the last situation before we end this video, right? He is sure He's sure to let me see. He's sure to understand what you told him. Are you sure? Yes, he's sure to understand what you told him. You can use this type of expression as well. Or another example, he's sure to forget what you told him. You say something to him right now, but you know he will forget. So you have to remind him later what you were talking about. Yes, it happens. I forget. I'm so forgetful sometimes. If I don't write what I have to do, it's a sure thing I will forget. It is not likely to rain today. Likely is something that has a high odds of happening, high probability of happening. If the weather, for example, it's not likely, so it's sunny. You don't see any clouds in the sky, so it's not likely to rain today. Unless the weather changes completely. I don't believe it's gonna rain today. But the weather forecast, I saw said that it's going to rain this weekend in my city. Okay, something that's supposed to happen. If you study hard, you're bound to pass the exam. This is another combination. Bound. It's something very likely to happen, right? It's like cause and consequence. If you study hard, you're bound to pass the exam. Okay? Let me see. He is bound to be tired after the long trip. Yes, I took a long trip, for example, not me, but he took a very long trip and he is bound to be tired. It's like a consequence, okay? You took a longer trip, so you are tired. Another combination. There is likely to be a traffic jam in rush hours. Yes, there is likely to be a traffic jam, or to have a traffic jam in rush hours. Yes, when you drive in rush hours, the probability, the odds of having a traffic jam or a very long line of cars, a lot of traffic, it's very likely to happen this, okay? There is likely to be something. There is likely to be someone there. For example, another example. Someone there. There is likely to be a rainstorm. Okay, so you can use there is, or there is, you know what it means, right? We use there is, there are in the present tense. We have already talked about it. It's when you see something, oh, there is a person over there. You see a person over there. But when you say, oh, there is likely to be, it means that you believe there will be something. You believe something will happen. There will be is in the future. All right, people. This lesson was huge. We saw many expressions. Thales, have we finished this topic? Yes, this topic we're already done with it. Next video, we will talk about more combinations, but it will be different from what we are seeing here, because we have seen many different examples in the last videos. I suggest that you watch them carefully and try to make sentences on your own, right? It's important. And don't forget, subscribe and give a thumbs up if you liked that video. Instead of sending offensive messages, some people, I'm saying some people, but it was just one person. But I was so annoyed with the situation that you know, when you publish something on the internet, you are susceptible to such things. So I know, but I wanted to address this specific person because I believe it should be addressed. Okay? So subscribe, give a thumbs up, and share with your friends. I have so many videos to upload yet, much content to share, and I try to be helpful to the people who are watching my videos. Okay? Bye bye, have a nice time.